नमस्ते बच्चों, हमेशा खुश रहो। माई सेल्फ JVN Dr. Monica Trivedi. I am from Department of Science and Technology, Faculty of Education and Methodology, Jyoti Vidyapeeth Women's University, Jaipur. Students, today's topic is a bonding in a coordination compounds, and in a coordination compound you can see the sigma bonding and pi bonding of complexes, है ना. Now first we will discuss about the sigma bonding interaction in a coordination compounds. Okay, so this is an essential feature in a of octahedral complexes is to donate a pair of electron by the ligand to form a coordination covalent bond with the metal. This interaction is followed by the diagram. Here you can see for the octahedral complexes. Okay, the 6 ligand donor orbital are grouped into the two set, one of which has a approximate the symmetry for interacting with the metal, which is a dz square orbital, and the other with the approximate symmetry for the interaction with the metal dy square dz square and a y square orbital. Okay, so the Lewis acid base in reaction between the metal and the ligand result in a set of the lower energy, and it is fully occupied, and because the original ligand donor orbital were fully occupied, and the sigma bonding orbital that are primarily localized on the ligand, and a set of higher energy which is sigma square orbital that are primarily localized on the metal. So three of the metal orbital dxy, dxz and dyz do not interact with the ligand orbital, and they remain as a non-bonding orbital, and they are completely centered on a metal. Now the d orbital splitting, which is a del octahedral, arises from increasing the energy of sigma star orbital and the relative to the non-bonding orbital. The stronger energy the bonding interaction, the higher sigma antibonding energy, and the greater delta octahedral. A strong sigma bonding interaction requires a good energy match between the metal and a ligand. Okay, so for this the correlation between the del octahedral and the basicity of a ligand that is a good Bronsted or a Lewis base tends to form a strong sigma bonding which with the metal, and thus it is produced a large del octahedral. Okay. In a pi bonding, there is an interaction between the pi acceptor, like in a chromium carbonide CO ligand, and there is a pi donor, and in this kind of complexes there is a pi acceptor, and in a CrFe2 plus complex there is a pi donor ligand. So the energy diagram showed here you can see the energy diagram. It has a it behave like a pi donor ligand on a del octahedral. Okay, it is a metal orbital, and this metal orbital degenerate into a sigma bonding, and pi sigma star bonding, and pi star bonding orbitals. Okay, so this is the primary metal and this is the ligand donor orbitals, here you can see. Now next is UV visible absorption spectroscopy of metal complexes. Okay, if we talk about the absorption spectra of a transition metal complexes, the on as we discussed earlier that the d orbitals show the variable oxidation state, and they also show the variety of colors. Okay, so for this the spectra of this kind of complexes is very much important. Okay, so as the white light which is simplified by showing the only green, red and blue, Okay, if this light attracted to the solution, and this solution absorb the red and orange, red and green wavelength. However, the blue light is reflected and passes through this solution. Okay, and the solution become a blue. This is the color showing by the complexes. Now what happened in this mechanism, the solution of a transition metal complexes come in a variety of a color. For this purpose, we will take the solution of CuH2 CuO2 CuOH2 6. It is a CuH2. Okay, so it has a blue color, and the solution of MnO4 minus, it has a purple color. So a solution of copper CO OH2 6 2 plus is a pink in a water, pink color of a water. So in this cortex, the ZnH2O 6 plus 2 is a colorless. Now what happened here, the complex are colored because they absorb the light in a visible region, and the color observed which from the transmitted, it is a complementary color of a light absorbed. So if the light from the yellow green part of the spectrum is absorbed, the color observed will be white light with the yellow green subtracted out, that is a violet. Okay, so these are the colored light which is absorbed, like red light is absorbed in between the 700 to 620 wavelength, and the color which will be transmitted is a green, and this green is a conjugated color of a red color. So these are the color observed, and these are the conjugated colors which will be observed by the transmission. Okay. Now the absorption spectra of a transition metal complexes, the absorption band in a spectra are result in a HOMO and LUMO transition. Okay, so the HOMO and LUMO of the octahedral complexes are mostly d orbital in characters, and they separated the two of characterized size by the del octahedral. So for this, it is called as this transition called as a DD transition. Okay, in this kind of electronic transition, there is a responsible for a color of a complexes. Now if we talk about the spectra of TiH2O6 3 plus, it is demonstrated the low value for the del octahedral of the complexes, and it can be calculated from the absorption spectra. Okay, for this, this is the spectra of TiH2O whole 6 3 plus. Here you can see the wavelength of absorption correspond to the 493 nm, and this is the wavelength, and this is the absorption in a mode. Okay, so for this complex, the Ti is in a oxidation state 3, and it has a D1 electronic configuration. The metal has the electronic configuration T2 1 Eg0. Now the DD transition takes place from T2 G0 Eg1 from T2 G1 Eg0 to T2 G0 Eg1. Okay, now the additional feature of UV visible spectra of TiH2O3 plus, it is DD transition, and also we will know this transition from the John Teller distortion. Okay, this is the splitting diagram for the tetragonal orientation, and in this kind of orientation there is a D transitions from T2G to EG, and this means the light of two different wavelengths is absorbed, and there are two different absorption peaks are present. The two peaks are close together, and one appear as a and as the other peak is a present. Now in this diagram you can see that the octahedral is split into octahedral orbital of d orbital are split into T2g and Eg set, and this will further degenerated into dyz, dxz, dxy, dxz and dyz. Also it is the Eg set degenerated into dx square, y square and dz square. Now the transition from dyz to dyz to dz square, and the second transition will be the dyz to dx square, y square. So this is for the octahedral field and this is for the tetragonal field. Now the absorption band from the D to D transition is broad, okay, and for the TiH2O6 3 plus molecule, and the Ti bond length are continuously changing, and the size of del octahedral depend on the Ti bond length. Okay, if the TiO bond are the longer, there is a less repulsion between the ligand lone pairs and the d orbital, and so the del octahedral will be smaller. At any one of the stage, the TiO length is in a solution, and the range of del octahedral value we will calculate from the absorption band in a spectrum. Okay, so there is also the charge transfer spectra also can be used to calculate the del octahedral, and it is present in a visible region of the electromagnetic spectrum. And what happens in this kind of condition, the complex is usually it show the color. For example, if you talk about the Camino 4, it has a deep purple color because of the charge transfer transition takes place between O2 negative ligand and the Mn metal interaction. Okay, so in this kind of interaction, the metal to ligand spectra is possible. So, what is the selection rule for the spectroscopy? If you talk about the electronic transition of spectroscopy, there is a transition allowed and transition forbidden. If the transition obey the set of the rule, it is said to be allowed transition. If it does not follow the rule, it is said to be forbidden. Okay, so in this diagram, you can see the allowed transition and the forbidden transition. Okay, this the first one is allowed and the second and third transition is forbidden. Okay, now what is the spin selection rule for the octahedral complexes? And the electromagnetic field of the incident radiation cannot change with the orientation of a spin of the electromagnetic complexes. So that is, the electron must have the same orientation of a spin in the excited state as it is grounded. It has a ground state. Although the transition involves a change of a spin are formally forbidden. They do not occur in a same 4D and 5D complexes, and this will known as this is known as a heavy atom effect. Okay, the interaction of such transition, however, will be less of those of a spin allowed transition. Now, the second rule for Laporte selection rule, according to this, there is a two set which is a T2G and EG, and it is Girard and Ungerade. First is the Girard, which is denoted by G, and second is the Ungerade, which is denoted by U. Okay. So, an orbital which possesses a central symmetry is denoted by Girard, and an orbital which do not possess as a center of symmetry, it denoted by a U. So, for this kind of G is used as a subscript like T2G and EG. It indicated that orbital have a center of symmetry in octahedral field, but in a tetrahedral field there is no center of symmetry. So the set of d orbital is E and P2. So the Laporte selection rule is also another symmetry selection rule that stated that the complex of the complex that contains a center of symmetry only transition which involves a change in a partially they are allowed. Okay, and this is only the transition between G and U which is allowed, and other than that they are forbidden. Like the transition from the gyrate to ungyrate is allowed, but the transition from the gyrate to gyrate is forbidden, and the transition between ungyrate to ungyrate is forbidden. So in asymmetric complexes like octahedral complexes, the DD transition are formed forbidden, as in the gyrate and gyrate transition is a forbidden. Okay, and by the Lapoid selection rule, it can be relaxed if the complex is slightly distorted. For example, for John Taylor distortion, when the John Taylor distortion occurs, the intensity is weaker than the symmetry allowed transition, but it is usually more intense than the screen forbidden transition. The tetrahedral complexes do not have a center of symmetry, so the Lapoid selection rule no longer applies. Therefore, the DD transition are not forbidden in a tetrahedral complexes. Okay, thank you very much.